I'm Luke Sturgis, and this is my book share. My book is called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. It is written by Patrick Lencioni. Cut.
It doesn't matter how it sounds, just...
The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team is a leadership-themed self-help book that will teach you how a good team functions, how a bad team functions, and how to make a bad team function like a good team. So the book that I'm comparing to this one is one that I've read. It's called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar because they both teach you vital leadership skills, and they're both self-help / leadership themed. But that's about the most similar of a book I could find. This one's pretty unique. So this book was created, Lencioni actually wrote a novel about a business, a tech company in Silicon Valley. It was really successful as far as its product, but its why and its management was all wrong, and they were having some financial issues because of it. And so basically, the storyline of the book is that they hire a new CEO, and she comes in and she analyzes how the team is working and how the management is, and you kind of get to follow along with the CEO and see how she improves the company and how she saves the company. So I'm going to be going over the 5 dysfunctions and how each of them relate to me personally, and they might relate to you in the same way. So the first dysfunction of a team is that team members can't trust one another. And so this one relates to me pretty well because soccer is a pretty big thing in my life, and if you can't trust a soccer teammate, you might not be able to work well with them. You might not be able to, make plays, connect passes, as well as someone who you really do trust and you really do, communicate well with. So that's how that dysfunction relates to my life personally. Dysfunction number 2 is that team members are afraid of conflict. So in my team, I know specifically, as with most sports teams, not everyone gets along. And if you're afraid of conflict, and if you're afraid of confronting someone when you don't agree with them, or when you think they've done something wrong, and you don't confront them, it can create some underlying tension, and that's never healthy for a team, and it's the type of thing where you could lose games over it. Dysfunction number 3 is lack of commitment. And this one, as with the other two, can be applied directly to a soccer team or most other sports teams. A good quote to go with this is, "A chain is only as strong as its weakest link." And if you think about a chain as a team and its weakest link as its least committed player, you can never be the best with uncommitted players. To be the best team out there at anything, you have to have 100% commitment from all parties of that team. Dysfunction number 4 is lack of taking responsibility and holding others accountable. So basically, as a team member, you want to, if you do something bad, you want to own up to it, and at the same time, you want to keep others accountable to not make bad decisions and to not to not slack off and to work hard and just keep getting better at whatever your team is doing. If you don't hold one another accountable, your team won't work as hard in practice and in games, and you'll fall behind your help.
Ready, go!
Dysfunction number 5 is inattention to results. And I interpret this one as maybe if you're going all season and you lose most of your games, and you have the same practice routine all season, and you keep losing games and you keep losing games, but you refuse to change your practice routine. So maybe that can be inattention to results. You're playing bad, and you know why. You're practicing bad. So my recommendation is that if you're any part of a team or anything like that, then definitely read this book. It's very helpful. It'll teach you how to, form a good team, a good functioning team. Especially read it if you are in a leadership role in a sports team or a business, or a leadership role in really anything. It's really helpful. All right. My book is called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Stop it, you.
Rainier.
And it is written by...
Yep. I'm recording.
Oh, great.
Go.
Okay.